And we are live. Guys, I'm so excited about this, and so is Brad. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Bassin Magazine podcast. Guys, Bassin Magazine is the official magazine of the Weekend Angler. And tonight we have, my guest is Brad. I mean, Brad is at ICAST 2022. You know, This is more exciting. If I were there, it'd be more exciting than spring break when I was 19 years old. Go to ICAST. I mean, there is just fishing stuff everywhere, and fishing celebrities and new fishing products.
Yeah.
I'm hyperventilating, Brad.
Jay, it's packed. This is day one. It's Wednesday. It's day one. They had some on the water stuff yesterday. It's the people I've already seen. I Hugged the Bill dance. I've seen Roland Martin and Scott Martin's daughter. The people out there, it's packed. It's amazing. There's so much going on. You walk from one side of the show to the other side of the show, and it's just back and forth, back and forth. My feet are killing me, and I can't wait to get back tomorrow. So,
I bet you can't. I mean, this is exciting news. So, gosh, and look, we already have a comment. Oh yeah, Cajun Rob says hi there, fellers.
All right, hey Cajun Rob, thanks for joining us, man.
Yes.
If any Bassin Facebook people are out there, the Wi-Fi here at our resort is horrible. I can't get on Facebook. I haven't been on Facebook all week, but Jay and I figured this out so that we can get this done for you guys and not miss a podcast.
Awesome.
So what I want to do, guys, as I've been walking around podcast, I was texting Jay all day long, and we've got 7 amazing anglers lined up to do the podcast. It's really hard because, all these anglers are out there on their fishing schedules and that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm on my phone doing this, so I can't really see my text messages, but we've got Adrian and Vina coming up, Dean Rojas coming up, Hank Parker's going to come up, guys. We've got some big names coming up for our podcast, so be sure to watch the Bassin Magazine podcast and get your questions in to these anglers as we get them on every week, okay? Jay, what I would like to do today, I picked up so much stuff from ICAST, and I just grabbed some really cool stuff. I didn't even really go through it yet. I have it here on the table with me. I just want to kind of show the watchers and the listeners, the readers, the subscribers, what ICAST is about. Okay.
Oh, sure. And I'm gonna be on the Bassin Magazine Facebook.
Okay.
Telling guys to come to my place.
Yeah, please go do that. Please go do that. Do that. I'm gonna start. I don't even know where to start. It's so overwhelming. It's just amazing. What I'm going to do first, I want to talk about, I have some really cool products here. I've only walked a third of the show. One of the coolest things that I found today comes from American Tackle, and they have teamed up with the Autism for Anglers, and they had a press conference. They've also teamed up. Where's my sheet? See? And they have this kids rods and reels that they came out with. They build them themselves, has a microwave guide system, and their proceeds go to the Autism for Anglers. There's going to be a story about this in Bassin Magazine in the ICAST issue. Be sure to go to Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, wherever you buy your magazine. Subscribe, BassinOnline.com. It's 2 years for $22 right now. Don't miss this issue. This Autism for Anglers for these kids is amazing. I have so much to go over. I want you to read this in the magazine instead of me telling you all about it. That's American Tackle. Next up is a really cool bait. They've got a new model of it out. It's a Band of Anglers. It's a Patrick Seabill company, and I'm going to show you this. It's called a dart spin. Had to remember dart spin, guys. This plastic bait, I'm holding that as still as I can, and that thing's moving. Okay. Incredible action. But the thing about this bait, it does come on a weighted hook. They do make them with the non-weighted hook. This suspends and floats very, very slowly. They also make it with a crappie style jig head has a weight. But the great thing about all these in all their colors is this is what swim bait can you stretch like that back to shape? 7 times stronger than Z-Man plastic. If you know how strong Z-Man plastic is,
Oh yeah.
This is 7 times stronger.
Look at
Guys,
that.
this is on the hook. Okay, you
The
can catch
sassy
them.
shad. That's what that looks like.
Yeah,
That
catch
color.
them. It goes. It is a good shad color.
And how long is that?
This is. I don't even have the package. They handed it to
5
me.
inches?
I think this is their 5.5. They have 5 models of these. A 3-inch. I'm gonna blow this all up. You'll read the exact sizes in Bassin Magazine when we put these in the review section from the ICAST issue. But yeah, they have a 3.5, a 4.5, a 5.5, and a 6. This might be the 5.5. And this is the 3/8 on a 5/0 hook. But the plastic, guys, is amazing. Okay.
And you have to use that hook with it?
No, these are absolutely interchangeable. They go through. You can put your own hook on. You can put a jig style with a weight on the front. They make some of them like this. Yeah.
I like to use those on weightless hooks because it just kind of flutters around, particularly if there's current. Just go around that current and pull it back and let the current take it.
Yeah.
Oh man, you wouldn't believe how many speckled trout I catch doing that. Look at that.
Right. These are great saltwater. I first fished them in saltwater, and I was like, man, if I can throw these around the weed line, I know I'll catch bass. And I have a rod and a reel, a Band of Anglers by Patrick Seabill. This is the dart spin. They also have a topwater called a prop spin. I don't have any. I will get some. They're limited right now. They're out there.
That is so cool.
The plastic's amazing. They have other baits too. I'm going to show you
those for me, Brad.
Okay, yeah, I will. I've been fishing them for about 2 years now, and I was excited to see them come out with a different model, a different tail. They have paddle tail kind. They have jerk bait that looks like a fluke. It's amazing. That's a great product right there. Guys, I have zero service in the resort. I'm outside. I'm in Orlando. It is very hot. I'm really sorry. I'm sweating. It's super hot. An amazing product. I love topwaters. If you know me, you know I love topwaters.
Yes.
I love topwater fishing, guys. Something that I love is a buzz bait. I love a wake bait. But Fish Lab, part of Okuma, came out. Okuma Rods and Reels. This is their bait company. Bill Siementail with the BBZ Big Bass Zone. Bill Siementail has came out with a new rat.
A rat. Disgusting.
With a plastic tail, guys. Comes with 3 tails in the package. This is a Fish Lab BBZ. You can see the detail. Big. It's got the B52 mouth, the Fish Lab logo, a cut on the ear.
Up north. Up
yeah.
North, they're going to be, you fished up there. Pike and muskies will devour that thing.
They're going to devour this. It's going to be amazing. But it's like a whopper plopper tail.
It sure is.
Okay, guys, their tank is about 2.5 feet long at ICAST. We set this out there and pulled it with the rod, and these feet kick up a rooster tail back towards the front of the bait. Now, all you listeners and the readers, subscribers, everybody out there, what buzz bait can you throw that's going to sit there on top of the water?
None.
That you can there's no buzz bait to do it. Now there is. This is kicking off more water than a metal bladed buzz bait. It is amazing. The detail, you can see the feet on each blade. There's a tuning guide. So if you throw this against a rock, you're not going to break it off like on a competitor whopper plopper bait, whatever style, whatever company that is. That if you bend those back on those different brands, they break off. These will not break off for the way that it's designed. This tail's interchangeable. There's a toothpick right there. You can pull the toothpick out. You can put in a pink tail if you want. I'm not sure how many colors they have. I was super excited to get this. I know I'm missing a ton of detail. I believe there's 2 sizes of this. I'm not 100% sure what sizes, but again, you'll see all the correct information in Bassin Magazine ICAST issue. That is Fish Lab Bbz Rat, okay? Big Bass Zone Rat. Bill Seamantel designed that. If you guys don't know Bill Seamantel, he is a California angler that has multiple double-digit fish on his wall into the 20s, okay?
Into the 20s?
Into the 20s. Bill is a fireman, but Bill is a lure designer, and Bill owns the BBZ and a very big angler for big fish. Next is the Bbz Fish Lab Shad.
Ooh, look at that.
Okay, this is the bigger. They have 2 sizes of these. This is, I believe, the 5.5. I'm butchering it again. I know it. This has amazing action. But the thing about this is a hard rubber tail. It does bend, but it's way harder than a standard worm. The other thing about this is 1 foot of sink per second. So it has a very slow sink rate, and it will, when you're working it. Oh, back to the rat. You can also walk the dog with the rat. Back to this. With this this shad swim bait, you can pop it and it'll do 180 degrees in the water and sit there. And you can pop it and it'll go back the other way and sit there. I watched them do it in the tank. It sits there. This bait, I'm 99.9% sure you cannot find price-wise any other bait comparable to this for $16.99.
This has to be one of those couple $100 baits, man.
Yes, these swim bait shads, I believe, are going to be $16.99. You're paying your buddy to paint custom baits for you. These are coming painted. You're paying your buddy $15. Now you got them for only $1, $2 more. Amazing. Fish Lab. So Jay and I, we talked to Carol Martin a few weeks ago. And Jay, do you remember what Carol came up with, the technique that her and Aaron Martins threw in the back of the lily pads?
Oh, robins.
The robins.
Birds.
The blackbirds and robins. Yeah. I had never heard that technique before, right? So I had planned on asking a couple of people that I knew at ICAST, what's this robin technique? What's this blackbird technique? And the lily pads stop a few feet from the bank. They're on top of the water. There's a little bit of opening, and the baby birds would fall out of the nest, or they'll hit the lily pad, go down under the water. So people pitch in the back, and they hit the lily pad, or they're punching. They're on top of the mat, whatever, and they're punching down. They're using beaver style baits. It has a beaver tail, a bait that has a beaver tail. There's a beaver tail. So they're using a punch to go down and get underneath the water. Now those baits actually have a shape. And that's a baby bird. And I have 2 sizes of them. But it has that beaver tail. It falls. The wings and the beaver tail move as it punches down. And it looks like a baby bird. So it actually gives the fish a visual, and it's for that technique exactly. But you can use them punching or whatever. But they have incredible detail to show that it's a baby bird. And this is a Fish Lab also. And I'm horrible. I don't know the names of these baits, guys. I'm sorry. You'll see the right names in Bassin. I don't know about it.
Well, a lot of them
the names. I saw so many products today, guys. So many products. Another thing from Fish Lab that's out is the world's smallest swim bait, and it's a nymph, but it's a swim bait. This thing is the most dragonfly-looking thing I've ever seen. Most realistic dragonfly everything. I wish I'd have had this a week ago. But there's 4 arms on here, and they flutter as this falls. And then when you pick it up, they flutter. back down, up and down. If you put a Ned rig on this and hop it, these arms are going to flutter every time you hop it. These little arms are weighted at the end with rubber, but they move with any twitch. They were
Brad,
drop shotting these.
Could you imagine just putting an offset worm hook in there and throwing that on top of a mat?
Right.
The bass will come right up through the mat.
The movement of this, it just swims. This thing swims. And this is a creature that's truly found in nature, in the water, whether you want it to be a nymph or a dragonfly.
Those things. I'm sure everybody has. You know, all of us have.
Right. Yeah. The smallmouth are going to kill this. I mean, I can't wait to throw this.
Down here, you know, largemouth will too.
So will largemouth. Largemouth will also. That's another new Fish Lab product. They do have crawdads as well. And guys, the movement in the water, the plastic, the density, these are amazing. This is going to be a Ned rig killer because that thing's going to stand up like that. The arms are going to move in the water. I'm horrible about the camera. The arms are going to move in the water. I mean, I'm holding it still and it's just shaking. These little beads at the end of all their tentacles on all their baits, they just make the bait dance. It just dances. And to show you how much it dances, the last one from Fish Lab is their frog. This is the plastic frog. They were telling me they're killing sand bass. There's on these frogs, the little feet. I can't even hold it still enough to show you the ends of the feet. It just the two sides of those. Maybe that one will show. Yeah, that one. There you go. There's the end of the feet. It's just amazing. These are from Fish Lab also. They were drop shotting these frogs and catching fish. And they have video and the action in the water at their booth. Fish Lab, guys. Amazing new products out that are going to help you catch more fish. Jay, something else that a new company that I found today. I think they've been around a few years, but is Crusher Lures.
Oh, and yeah, Crusher Lures.
Crusher Lures.
You talked to Roger Perkins today?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the card. I talked to 500 people, but they're out of Alabama, and
I'm very familiar with Crusher Lures.
They have a Vivid Pro Spin spinnerbait. Man, I love spinnerbait fishing. Don't get me wrong, but I'm excited to throw this spinnerbait.
Cliff
I see a lot.
Actually, designed one for him.
Oh, Cliff did?
The Cajun Baby?
Yeah. Who'd you say? Roger Perkins?
Roger Perkins owns the company.
Yes. Roger Perkins, yes.
Great guy.
I'm super excited about these. You'll be able to read about them. The Vivid Pro Spin. Jamie Hartman, he's a pro angler. He designed it for them. There's a lot of spinnerbaits on the market. You can get cheap made ones in a bin at Walmart for $1. You can spend $30 on spinnerbaits I've seen. But these are well-made spinnerbaits. I don't see blades hanging up on each other, on a hook, on the head. I see a lot of different spinnerbaits with different issues, and these spinnerbaits impress me a lot. Guys, there's a ton of stuff at ICAST. I don't promote every single person at ICAST. They're out there to help you catch more fish. That's what Bassin Magazine is about, is to help you catch more fish. I want to bring you guys, as an angler, what I think is going to help you catch more fish. There's a bunch of stuff that you'll never see that was at ICAST. Bassin Magazine has their own Best of Show at ICAST. They're going to announce the winners tomorrow from the Best of Show. We kind of, as an angler, I kind of pick and choose for the magazine what I think is the best. Different cool stuff that's going to help you catch more fish. And as I say that, the next thing I had has nothing to do with fishing, but it's the Man Cave. It's Plum Island Soap Company. They have a ton of soap. It smells good. It gets the fish oil off your hands. And yeah, it's a bunch of girly stuff, but they have this for men. It's the Man Cave, and it's a perfect gift, guys. It's clean scented products. I was going to tell you something else. I forgot about it. I don't know. Beard stuff, guys. I don't
Weird
have a
stuff.
beard stuff, but it's cool. I don't have samples for the next one. I'm super excited to get them. You guys have seen Lunker Hunt come a long ways in the industry over the past 10 years. They have came out with some micro baits. There are 5 different micro baits that they came out with, and these are going to be great for finesse fishing. Look at that spider. They're going to be great for crappie fishing. You can put them on drop shot, fish them however you want. These are going to be way cool and catchy fish. I think especially, I like taking kids fishing. That's going to be teaching the kid how to use a bait and catch bluegill. They're going to last a while, and you're going to catch a million fish with a kid using that. Another Lunker Hunt product is the Glitch Blade Crankbait. This is way cool. If you like throwing what I call a gay blade, they are a vibrating blade, a blade bait. There's a bunch of names for them. I grew up knowing as a gay blade, but this is a hybrid. It has a gay blade tail, but it has a bait body. And they have 7, 8 colors. I don't remember. But this bait, big head, good lip, and then that thin tail is really going to make it wobble. It's gonna move and push water, and you're gonna fish on that. The other bait that Lunker Hunt has come out with is called Littner, and you can see them. A great big trailer, a good tail, stick worm, a swim bait.
Uh-oh. Guys, it looks like we might be losing Brad. Boy, I sure do hope we don't lose him. This is going to be this was one great podcast. I bet you he's been through 24. Guys, 24 products already. And, every single one of them's new this year. ICAST is the tackle industry sports show. It's only open to members of the tackle industry. Like Brad Brad owns a magazine. I'm an outdoor communicator. I unfortunately couldn't make it. The price of gas is killing me, guys. I'm just a weekend angler, just like you guys. Bassin Magazine is the official magazine of the weekend angler. And Brad and I trying to impart some stuff that can really make it easier for a weekend angler, So, but, unfortunately, I cannot believe Orlando has horrible signal. And the resort he's staying at has horrible Wi-Fi. I just cannot believe that. There are so many conventions in Orlando. You think they'd have their stuff together, but obviously they don't. So anyways, we were going over a bunch of stuff. Crusher lures. I love Crusher lures. Guys, check out crusherlures.com. Check it out. Check out a lot of the stuff that he has here. I'm sure Brad will be back on soon. We've already gone for 23 minutes. And I do thank you for tuning into the Bassin Magazine podcast, where we're trying to do a live broadcast, from Orlando, Florida. Brad is in Orlando, Florida. He went to the ICAST this morning, and this afternoon they made him leave at 6. But he was texting me all day long. We're going to have an all-star cast coming from people he talked to at the ICAST. I'm just going to go through here and talk about some of the people he saw today. I know one of them is Jared Littner. Here it is. Jared Littner, Shaw Grigsby wants to do it wants to come on our show. Hank Parker, James Marco. James Marco is a saltwater guy, but I can't wait to talk to him. Dean Rojas. I mean, you all heard about that. Adrian Avina, Carl Jacobson. Just some awesome people. Here he is. He's back. Welcome back, Brad. I'm glad you're back. I've been telling the people about all the people that you saw today. Can you hear us, Brad?
Excellent. Good. Yeah, I'm excited about getting some of those on. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can't hear me?
Yes, you're very weak, but I can hear you. I'm going to just turn up the sound here a little bit, probably hear you a little better.
I don't hear you now.
Okay, darn it, Tim. Well, anyways, guys, we're trying to do this. Brad, if you can hear me, just start telling the folks more, because I can hear you fine. Just start telling the folks about, darn it.
I don't know if you can hear me. Hold on. Let me try to get
I can hear you, but now I can't see you.
Here.
I can hear you fine, Brad, but I just cannot see you. But anyways, yeah, so,
it's always something.
This has kind of become part of our brand here at the Bassin Magazine podcast. We always have technical difficulties.
I heard you for a minute.
Always.
Now I can't hear
We
you.
always have technical difficulties. I can hear you just fine, Brad. But anyways, folks, so yeah, I was telling you, Jacobson.
Cool.
I mean, this is going to be exciting. All the people he's met there. Shaw Grigsby. I mean, I cannot wait to have these guys on. Carl Jacobson. I mean, wow. Jared Littner, Shaw Grigsby, Hank Parker. I mean, what a great. He was going over, something. When Carol Martins was on, she was talking about a presentation that her and, of course, the great Aaron used to do, Amart. Where they would use something that imitated a blackbird in the spring, or a lot of times the babies would fall out of the nest. And I know in Florida on the where my dad used to live, North Florida, on Griffin Lake, we would watch the baby birds fall out of their nest, and the alligators would be there to wait for them. Well, I guess in California, the bass are there, and so they had a lure that imitated a baby bird. And I remember seeing those when I was young. Hula Popper had one that looked like a bird. But anyways, this is a soft plastic that imitates a baby bird. So you cast it out. And also they had a dragonfly imitation. It was recently I was out at a lake in Louisiana, and we were watching dragonflies. We couldn't touch any of these bass, but we could see them swimming around, and they were after the dragonflies. I was trying to put on some soft plastic beaver tails, something like this. This is a missile baits D-bomb. Put that on. You see that? But the bass wouldn't touch it. I even had brown ones, look kind of like the dragonflies. Bass wouldn't touch it. Let's see if Brad's going to come back. Brad, can you hear us, Brad?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Good. Yes, I can hear you fine.
So it's raining and thunderstorming here. So they just blew the whistle and closed the pool over there. It's so hot.
And so you have the 7:30 storm coming through right now.
Right. Yeah.
Here in Louisiana, we have a regularly scheduled 4:30 storm. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm driving home, I get stormed on. It's great. But okay, so we were talking about ICAST and all the cool things you've seen.
Okay. Back to the Lunker Hunt stuff. This is their Hue line, HUE. I'm not sure how many colors it comes in, but they have a Hexa grub. They have a new swim bait coming, a stick bait called a Versa Fish, and the Versa Worm. Well, that's those two right there with the swim bait. The hover shot, they have that green one is called the Ned Drone. And
the Ned Drone, okay.
Ned Drone, and it's hexagon shaped. It's fat in the middle, has real thin ends, and it's going to be an attention getter, I bet. So that jig trailer they have, it's called the tandem trailer, and the Typhoon is the jig one right there at the end, the beaver style bait. The lighting's changed here. I'm going to move my phone a little bit. There we go. Nope, still not. But that's the new things from Lunker Hunt, and the last thing that they got coming out is called a swing spoon. It's a spinnerbait with a big long spoon on it instead of a skirt, and you can see that 8 different colors, 8 different blade combos, and I guess the smallies are gonna like it. So we'll see. We hope so. That's the new stuff from Lunker Hunt. They really came out hitting it hard this year with new stuff. The pandemic has changed everybody's outlook on new products and how it's going. So I'm really glad to see all this new stuff come out at ICAST. I don't really get into a lot of saltwater stuff. I do have this. This is quite an idea. Innovation. ICAST is about innovation. ICAST is labeled the game changer. And the interesting stuff about saltwater, with me not living close to it, I'm intrigued with it because you never know what you're going to catch. But in part of catching that, this is Da Vinci rods. And you can see it's just a normal rod, right? But where you would be fighting a saltwater fish, it has this arch in it and really allows you to lift that saltwater fish to have leverage on it. And I actually held this rod, played with it. They're pulling down on it, and you can really move fish quite well with this. If you're a Bassin subscriber that lives close to saltwater, there's their information. Da Vinci. This was quite well. It's not going to focus. I'm sorry. I'm going to put this in the magazine, though. You're going to see this. I'm going to have the guys put it in. We're going to have a special saltwater section with some saltwater lures and different things, and that's quite an innovation right there. I'd like to see that come in a freshwater. I don't know how you could net a fish and hold the rod somehow from the bottom of a kayak with a rod with a bend like that, but pretty neat.
It'd be good for stuff like spoonbills or flatheads or alligator gar.
Yeah. That even a big surf, if the surf style rods that they have, a spoonbill moving a catfish, you could use those for that. I was trying to picture it bass fishing, but I'm also picturing sitting in the bottom of the kayak trying to pull a fish to you while you're trying to net it. It's once you get the hang of it, it happens. But to be able to move a fish like that, made in USA stuff always intrigues me. I always like to look at it. It's packaged different. It feels different. There's not a lot of sitting in a shipping container for 8 months in a port somewhere. And Deep Creek lures, all made in the U.S. They have 36 different types of lures, plastic, all soft plastics. I like fishing a lizard, and they have a lizard here. I'm going to go the wrong way. They also have saltwater lures, but that straight-tailed lizard, to me, would seem to entice a bite over a curly tail that you have to move when you can stop that on a Carolina rig in front of a fish and almost force it to eat it. Of course, they have curly tail. They have a skirt tail, good trailers, good swim baits. There's a crab right there. There's jig trailers. So 36 different baits. They've been in business for 15 years. They have 50 different house molds. They can kind of pour you a custom color if you're looking for, and they have quick lead times. Their baits float, and they're scented too. So Deep Creek lures. I'm gonna show you in the magazine. Deep Creek. The last thing I want to show you for today is a company that actually started the plastic plastic worm business in fishing industry. Jay, do you know who it is?
Mr. Twister?
Cream Lures.
Cream, I should have known. Cream.
Yeah,
Boy,
once I said that, I knew you'd know that.
I had a lot of pre-rigged worms back in the day with little spinners in the front of them from Cream.
Yes,
I always thought it was Creamy, but I guess it's Cream.
Another great lure on teaching kids how to fish with lures, because you're going to catch bluegill, you're going to catch a bass. Things are going to eat that bait. Those pre-rigged worms help patience and tying and that from a kid level, and really gets them into angling. So
back in the
Cream
70s,
lures.
that's all we had.
Right.
We had that in the man's jelly worm.
Right, a man's, absolutely. This isn't a new product. I just always think it's amazing because I have a bunch of these, whether they're old or they're new. But it's the cream baits, and it's called the same thing. And they want to know why pay more for the same thing.
The same thing.
Cream baits, $1.99 a package.
$1.99.
The same thing.
Why pay more for the same thing? It's the same thing. I like that.
And it is absolutely the same thing. This is Cream Lures, the same thing. They have it. They have their brush hog, the ribbon tail, the straight tail, 375 craw. They have the lizard, the beaver, the stick. You know, it's. I mean, if you're gonna wacky rig, there you go. A jerk bait. I mean, it's a fluke, guys. It's the same thing. Cream Lures. They have it all. $1.99 for a package. I mean, I don't even know how many's in a package. 7, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 baits. I'm not sure. But brush hogs, you know, that's it right there. So that's today's ICAST coverage. That's what we got so far for ICAST. There's about 2/3 more to walk through the show. Get on your social media people that you like to follow, the pros you like to follow, see what they got going on. If they have something different that Bassin Magazine needs to cover, send us a message, send Jay a message on Let's Talk Fishing. Guys, ICAST is awesome. I know it's closed to the public. It's made that way on purpose, but we love bringing the new products, and I appreciate you guys buying the ICAST issue. It's our biggest issue of the year.
Yep, and Cajun Rob just said ICAST is definitely the biggest and the best show of the year.
Yeah.
So, man, guys, you know, thank you so much for tuning in to the Bassin Magazine podcast. You know, Bassin Magazine, like we've said several times, is the official magazine of the Weekend Angler, and we love to bring you the new stuff to show you what's available for the Weekend Angler. You know, it's hard. You need wings to stay up above all this stuff, but that's what we're here for, to sort it out. That's right.
And to help you catch more fish, and this is what's out there that's cool, out there that's going to do that, serve that purpose, help you catch more fish.
Absolutely, man. And thank you so much, Brad. I know this was definitely, God, believe me, I lived down in the deep, deep south too. I know how hot it is. I was out working on bridges all day today, man. Oh my God. I thought, how am I going to do that show tonight? I know Brad's so excited.
Yeah.
Guys,
I'm excited.
Texting me all day.
Yeah, I did text you all day. I wanted to tell you who I'd been talking with, who I've been with, to get a hug from Bill Dance. Bill looks good. He sounds good. He sounds just like he does on TV. But to get a hug from Bill, it's good, because I know health-wise, you know, he needs thoughts and prayers for sure. Man, ICAST is amazing, and I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys and share it with you, Jay. Part of it.
Well, that was great. And next year, I'm going to start planning right now. I'm going next year.
Yeah.
We can walk around. We can get twice the coverage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, anyways, man, thank you very much, Brad. I appreciate you.
Thank you, guys, getting off here early. Much appreciated. Pick up the ICAST issue of Bassin. Subscribe now at Bassin Online or Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's. It's out there at your local bookstore. It's there. Thank you.
And guys, with that, I'm just going to say, have fun this weekend. We only get to do this once. Bye.